Thanks for staying on News Desk. Let's do some politics now. One of 13 NDC flag-bearer hopefuls, Professor Joshua Alabi, says he will pick nomination forms today despite a petition to the party's Council of Elders to review the amount involved. Barring any last-minute changes, a 2-day window for aspirants to pick the forms will close today, with only former President John Mahama having gotten forms picked up for him by some party folks from the Asawase constituency so far. Will there be a change in the filing fees as the petition to the party's Council of Elders by 8 of the aspirants is yet to receive any response? Well, 2 of them, Spio-Garbrah and Kojo Bonsu, say they will not pick up nomination forms in protest of the filing fees. They were on PM Express with Evans Mensah Monday night.
8 people thought a certain way, 1 person thought another way, but the bottom line is that we have a problem with the process, with the timing, with the amounts, with the philosophy, the social democracy, and a whole lot of things which are all in writing.
In 24 hours, in fact, less. And let's coming now to how can this be resolved realistically within the time frame you have, knowing what the executive has said tonight, Mr. Bonsu. In 24 hours, the party will close the picking of nominations, and you'll be disqualified if you don't pick a form.
Fair enough.
You don't mind being disqualified?
I don't mind. The proper thing must be done.
I see.
The proper thing must be done. Let me tell you something. If the Council of Elders call a meeting with NEC...
That's a huge if.
Let's hope so. If they don't, it's up to them. And everybody is watching. The whole country is watching. The whole world is watching what NDC is doing. If we're doing right or wrong, everybody would know. As you have just made your conclusion. But the issue is, I think there should be an amicable settlement. They should come to us. We all sit down, we jaw, we find where there are loopholes, we seal it, and something better for the party. But, you know, fine, even though the NEC has the powers of doing things, they erred by not consulting the National Council of Elders. 42.1F. It's clear. So why are we running around making noise at this? No, we're only selling ourselves out there. Let's sit down, let's come home. Hey, this, then we all would agree on certain things.
What do you expect will happen tomorrow? Because it appears that's all you have. They're
calling our bluff, so they should go ahead.
But you know, if you're the Japanese ambassador to Ghana, or the German ambassador to Ghana, or the Brazilian ambassador to Ghana, you're writing a report this very week to your country, saying that in this country, people who are going to lead it apparently have all these monies here. So that project that we have, where we wanted to help Ghana with 25 million or 320 million, maybe Ghana doesn't need it. Let's send it to some other country in the southern part of Africa, which has a greater need for it. Those are the kinds of reports being written right now in many of the foreign missions in this country, including our international development partners, where I've worked for many years. Those are the kind of reports they write.
I see.
So the people don't understand even the impact of what they are doing for the nation's overall development and our ability to access various kinds of soft and concessionary support from different parts of the world.
Mr. Garbrah, tomorrow they'll close the forms. The same question.
They won't close the forms.
But they have said that
they can't do it. I'm saying that is illegal. The process is unconstitutional.
Well, today...
Have they addressed that question? Have you asked those people, did you consult the Council of Elders? That's all you have to ask any of them. Just ask them. I read in your constitution that you must consult the Council of Elders. Did you consult them or not? Well, if you don't consult them, does your decision...
I'm just repeating Asino Kete's position tonight.
People can make all kinds of statements.
That they are going to go ahead with the sales and close it tomorrow by close of day.
We are waiting to see.
Which means that you'll probably be disqualified if you don't pick a form by 5 p.m.
Let's wait and see.
You're not afraid at all that that's going to happen to you?
As a Minister of Mines and Energy, I went to London to try and deal with an Ashanti Goldfields crisis in 1998. There were more than 50 of the top lawyers, law firms, and investment bankers in the UK. And they literally put a gun to my head. Minister of Mines and Energy, you must sign this document by 5 o'clock on Monday, or we'll dismember Ashanti Goldfields at the time. I didn't sign.
I have heard a lot
about... Wednesday signed, Friday signed. Eventually they found a solution. I can't get into the details now, but anybody who's been in any position of authority knows that you can be intimidated. People can try to manipulate you. People can try to tie your hands. But if you are following what is right, and we are talking to the people of Ghana today, they are listening to us, and we are saying that the NDC Constitution says that any such regulations must be done in consultation with the National Council of Elders of NDC.
If there's a breach in the
That's what the council chairman, President Rollins, has come out and made a contrary view.
Meanwhile, we are learning the Ladade Kotopon constituency of the NDC has decided to pick nomination forms on behalf of Flagborough hopeful Sylvester Mensah. According to the immediate past constituency organizer, they have been discussing recent development with some members of the constituency executives and taking a prudent decision to pick the nomination forms. They also plan to go to all the 10 regions to secure the required endorsement and signatures for the Flagborough hopeful. We also know that NEC will be meeting later today over concerns raised by their founder, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, also complaining about the fining fees, and the Functional Executive Committee is also meeting. So we'll bring you details on that.